to greet you all wholeheartedly and with love and respect. Today, one of the most pride-given values, works of the Republican history, and many projects, many crossroads, many connection roads and tunnels, and mass opening ceremony will be taking place. Are them tunnels and roads, and hopefully the settlement area will be auspicious for our country, for our nation, and in particular to you, my brothers and sisters from Yusufeli district.
Yusufelili kardeşlerimiz bu eserin ülkemize kazandırılması için
to make sure that this great work has been brought to Yusufeli, brothers and sisters from Yusufeli left their past, their hometowns, and all, even though more modern cities and workplaces and homes have been constructed for them, nothing can compare to the sacrifice that our brothers and sisters from Yusufeli have made. First things first, to each and every brother from Yusufeli, I would like to extend my gratitude to the appreciated sacrifice they have made. I would like to extend my gratitude personally and on behalf of my nation. My brothers and sisters, with more than 2,600 dwelling houses, 285 workplaces, and an industrial zone of 27 stores, 9 schools, dorms, sports complexes, 7 villages, and with all public and service buildings. Yusufeli has been constructed from scratch, if you will. The new Yusufeli is twice as big as old Yusufeli area. For the transportation need of the district, 39 tunnels and 21 bridges have been constructed, and a road length of 110 kilometers has been constructed. Before that, the total tunnel length of Turkey overall was only 50 kilometers, but only in Yusufeli, with the village roads included, we constructed a tunnel length of totally 62 kilometers.
Gençler, ben kimin yanındayım?
With whom I do stand, dear youth, haven't we walked on this path together and got wet under the pouring rain, and God willingly we're walking on the same path together again. And when I see this glory and great participation right in front of me, I can tell how Artvin and Yusufeli are wholeheartedly bound with us, and I feel the peace of that, and I feel grateful to God, for He has blessed me with such fellow travelers. I am always grateful to you, oh God. I say, for the roads we constructed for Yusufeli on the north-south axis of the Black Sea and the Caucasus region, we increased the level of comfort for traveling. More than 20,000 trees planted, and all those 75,000 saplings planted brought about a brand new Yusufeli district. 800,000 cubic meter fertile soil has been replaced, and no means of the district has gone to waste, of course. Of course, in such giant-scale projects, there could be certain shortcomings, and you should have no doubt that all those will be tackled as soon as possible. Yusufeli plant, a hydro power plant, and also Yusufeli Dam, with its 225 meter height, is the first of its kind in our country and ranks the 5th in the world in its class. Considering the installed power, it is 558 megawatts, and the annually 1.900 billion.
Allah göstermesin. Bir enerji sıkıntısı olsa sadece burası 1,5 yıl
power capacity will contribute tremendously to our country, 1.9 billion. And this dam will follow for Artvin, Borçkar and Muratlı dams to make sure that they all operate in the highest capacity. The water storage capacity is 2.3 billion cubic meters, and the energy generation capacity of the dam will meet the needs of 2.5 million apartments on a standalone basis. In brief, briefly, in the most treacherous geography of the country, with its dam, with its new roads and construction facilities, pay attention. An amount of 34 billion lira has been invested for, and this amount has been allocated in the national budget, and we adorned our Artvin city and Yusufeli district with such giant-scale projects. Every stage of the project has been recorded, and the story of the dam has now been produced into a documentary, and it will be broadcast on TRT screens tonight. From the projecting phase to its construction, the whole project has been completely finished through national and domestic means, and the pride of it belongs fully to our nation. I would like to congratulate and thank two ministers and ministries, institutions, authorities, contracting companies, from engineers to workers, all who contributed wholeheartedly. My brothers and sisters, over the past 20 years of the country, with all the services and great projects, we have not only tackled the century-long shortcomings of the country, we, on the other hand, prepared our country for a future
her konuşmamda
that is bright.
2002 Türkiye'siyle
And if you pay attention, in almost all of my speeches, I make a comparison in between the Turkey of today and the Turkey of the past. I attach a special importance to that, from education to health, from justice to security, from transportation to energy, from agriculture to sports,
sosyal
from
desteklere kadar
urbanization to social assistance.
uzanan bu mukayeseli anlatım
All that comparative
bazılarına
explanation
sıkıcı geliyor olabilir.
with extensions
Ama
might
işte
be
az önce
might
bir
sound
örneğini
boring to
ifade
some,
ettim.
but as I said
Bu ülkenin
before, through
ilk 80 yılında
examples
sahip
I
olabildiği
gave,
toplam
the
tünel
total
uzunluğu
length of tunnels
50
of
kilometreydi.
the 80-year
Bugün
history of the country
sadece
was only
Yusufeli
50
ilçemizin
kilometers.
yeni
But now
yerleşimi
in
için
only
yaptığımız
the
tünellerin
new
uzunluğu
settlement area of
62
Yusufeli district, the
kilometreyi
length of the tunnels
buluyor.
we constructed
Bunlar
stretch
açık.
as long as 62 kilometers,
İnşallah
and this is exactly
önümüzdeki sene
the striking
toplam
difference and
tünel
obvious to see.
uzunluğumuz
And
ne
hopefully the
olacak
total
biliyor
length of
musunuz?
tunnels by next year
720 kilometreye
in our country will
ulaşmış olacak.
be
Hangi alana bakarsanız bakın.
720 kilometers.
düzeylerde artışlar
No matter where
görürsünüz.
you take a look, you will
Peki
see some similar
bunca yatırımı,
increases.
bunca emeği,
And
bunca çabayı
that much
niye
of
gösterdiniz?
investment, that much of effort,
Ya
and
biz sizi
all.
seviyoruz.
Why has all been shown?
Biz bu
Well,
milleti
it's because we
seviyoruz.
love you. We love
Bizim bu
this
millete
nation,
bir aşkımız var,
and we
aşkımız.
have love for this nation.
Biz bu vatan için varız.
We're here
Bu
for this
millet
nation,
için
and
varız.
we are here for this
Türkiye için.
homeland, for
Türkiye
Turkey.
sevdalısı olarak,
As lovers of
Türk
Turkey,
milletinin sevdalısı olarak.
as lovers to
yolda
Turkey
yürüdük,
and Turkey as a nation,
Üstelik
Turkey as people,
sadece
we are
altyapıyla kalmadık.
on this path. We're walking on it.
Demokrasimizi,
Not only
hak ve özgürlüklerimizi geliştirmek için de
with infrastructure we confined ourselves with
daha önceki
and
80
to, but
yılda
we made
hep
our
yapıla
democracy
geldiği gibi
and prosperity
günlerimizi,
grow
aylarımızı,
and flourish, and
yıllarımızı
our days,
sadece
weeks, months, and
siyasi
years
polemiklerle,
have not been
çekişmelerle
spent with
lafla geçirip
political
hiç
discussions
hissettirmeden
and
hayatımızı sürdürebilirdik.
all, and we could have avoided all risks and continued on our path. But while making the century worth movements come true, you know what kind of traps were laid in front of us and what kind of obstacles were placed in front of us. You know it the best.
Ben de sizleri özledim.
And I miss you back.
Bundan 11 yıl önce
11 years ago,
hedefleri sözüyle
with the promises of 2023 goals, some did
dalgalarını geçmişlerdi.
mock and
Aradan geçen
also
yıllarda her ne kadar
in
birileri sürekli
their own
enerjimizi ve
ability
vaktimizi
and
feda etmek
capacity,
için çabalasa da Türkiye
they
bölgesel liderliği
did
aşıp
curl their
küresel
lips,
düzeyde
but
söz sahibi
despite
olma konumuna geldi.
all, Turkey has
Zeynep asır önce
went beyond
hayal
its
etmekte
region,
zorlandığımız
but came to a
demokrasi
position to
ve
have a say
kalkınma
globally.
standartları
Our democracy
bugün
and global
günlük
standards,
hayatımızın
which
tabii birer
even
parçası.
a quarter century ago
Dünyanın
nobody could
gündeminde
imagine,
sadece krizler
are now a part
ve
of our
bunların
daily
getirdiği
lives.
ekonomik,
In the agenda of the world,
sosyal,
crises,
siyasi
economic,
sorunlar var.
and social, political
Buna
problems
karşılık
therewith are
ülkemizde yatırımları,
visible.
üretimi,
However,
istihdamı, turizmi,
in comparison,
ihracatı,
for
bunlar gibi
export,
olumlu yükselişleri konuşuyoruz.
production,
Çünkü
industry,
Türkiye artık
tourism,
bırakınız kendi
we talk
bünyesinde
about
ortaya
the
çıkan
positive developments.
küresel
On the contrary,
dalgalanmalar karşısında dahi
even in the
güçlü
face of
duruş,
global fluctuations, Turkey is able to show a
ziyaret
strong,
ettiğimiz
resilient
ülkelerde bize
stance with
ülkemizin bu
the
başarıyı
infrastructure
nasıl
she
yakaladığını
possesses. And in
Her ne
many
kadar
places of the world, many ask us how our country achieved that success. Even though we reply diplomatically to our counterparts, We owe this success to the fact that we have stood together, unified and as brothers and sisters with our people. And we know that we owe it to the fact that we all together have stood as one Turkey. For a while, our togetherness and unity has been more and more targeted, and this is exactly the reason why. And now I ask, are we one? Are we great? Are we strong? And are we brothers and sisters? And are we Turkey altogether? That's what all matters. And this is what some cannot digest. Indeed, over the past 20 years, through tutelage, terror, coups, and economic hitmanship, social and political engineering efforts, they tried that. But thanks be to God, they failed each and every time, and they won't be able to succeed this time yet again, because now we have a country which is in peace with its history, its society, has a say in its region, and has a well-recognized reputation in the world. And now we take it one more step ahead. Our country, all together, we are opening, we're crack opening the doors of a new era. Are we ready for that? Are we not? And God willingly, when we leave this process also behind with no trouble or any obstacle, we will be paving the way for the century of Turkey, which we shall leave to our next generations to come. In technology and branding, TOG. For infrastructure, Yusufeli Dam are the symbolic projects of the entry to the century of Turkey. My valuable brothers and sisters, when we are putting up with this holy struggle, there have been certain efforts to prevent the construction of a strong and great Turkey uninterruptedly every day. Indeed, this soil, under the disguise of terror acts, has witnessed many slaughterings from the Balkans to the Caucasus. Such treasons, the prices of which have been paid, maybe also have been paid by our country. But there's one reality. For centuries there have been some who that show treason to the country, but there's no one who never learned their lessons. Maybe there could be some accounts still not done with, but of course their days will come for them to be held to account. The previous week, the bomb attack that took place in Istanbul was done by those who did not have the courage to stand in front of us, costing the lives of 6 people, 2 of whom are our children. This heinous attack, and also the terror organization spots targeted, have been retaliated. We gave the best answer by turning those targets upside down. Even where they felt themselves the most secure, the terror organization that could not digest the bombs pouring on them started targeting our civilians and civilian settlement areas. And in this regard, there have been some who lost their lives in Karkamış, and I pray for the soul of those who lost their lives. Just a child at the age of 4. We have now a martyr at the age of 4, a teacher at the age of 22. They passed away. And hopefully, not even one drop of blood shed of these brothers and sisters will go in vain. We know the resources of the attacks against our country and people. We know the places and also the records of all terrorists of such attacks, and we likewise know who are arming these terrorists, who are encouraging them, and who are guarding or patronizing them. Our patience is not because of incompetence. Our patience is because of diplomacy and the agreements we signed, and also our sensitivity to abide by all the promises made by our country. From here, from Yusufeli, I hereby declare clearly, as regards securing our Assyrian borders, we have always abided by all the promises we have made and agreements we signed, and did our part more than needed even. By games of letters or words, by changing the names of terrorists, or by having their own soldiers or fighters have pictures with those terrorists, no one can deceive themselves that they can stall us. Now it has come to an end for them. And after this point, for us there's only one criterion. There's only one border, and this is the security and safety of our own country and people. It's our most legitimate right to go all the way to where this security and safety starts and ends. For their own security and safety, those who come from thousands of kilometers away and use force recklessly should understand our understanding. Our Iraqi and Syrian borders, on some parts of this border, this security line has already been drawn to where it should be. And still on our borders and against our people, there are attacks continuing, and no one can prevent us from bringing that line down to where it needs to be, and no one can oppose it either. For a few days, with our aircrafts, artilleries, armed drones, we are hovering over terrorists, and soon enough with our tanks and soldiers, and with all those friends who have been walking the same path with us and who will walk with us, all that terrorists will be cleared out. All of them will be cleared out off of their routes. Everyone should know so. With these thoughts in mind, I once again hope that Artvin Yusufeli Dam and the hydropower plant we opened today will be auspicious, and all the connection roads and tunnels and settlement areas of Yusufeli district will be auspicious. I would like to thank to everyone who contributed to the fruition of this project, and I would like to wish all the best to my brothers and sisters from Yusufeli district. I hope that their new homes and settlements will be auspicious, and we all know that the death of the wise is like the death of the realms. And today, this morning, a very respected,
hadiste hocamız,
a very loved
üstadımız, Profesör
master, Professor
Naşit Küçük'ü
Naşit Küçük, whom I
hatta
respect a lot,
uğurluyoruz bugün.
passed away,
Ve
and
kendisine
I pray
Allah'tan
for
rahmet,
his soul. May he rest in peace, and may the mercy
tüm
of God be
öğrencilerine
on his soul.
başsağlığı
I convey my condolences to his family and students. And now I say from Yusufeli, we should all pray for his soul. Al-Fatiha.
Hepinizi sevgiyle, saygıyla selamlıyorum.
I greet each and every one of you with love and respect, and hopefully Yusufeli Dam. As you know, water is civilization, and we won't only have water here, but we will also have power, and by growing stronger and stronger, we will be bringing about a special strength to Turkey. Stay in health.
Konuşmalar için teşekkürlerimizi sunuyor ve Sayın Cumhurbaşkanımızı bir müddet daha sahnede misafir ediyoruz. Saygıdeğer hemşehrilerimiz, Cumhurbaşkanımız Recep Tayyip Erdoğan, Artvin Yusufeli Barajı ve HES, yeni bağlantı yolları ve tünelleri, yeni yerleşim bölgesi açılışını kurdele kesmek suretiyle gerçekleştirecektir. Ama öncesinde telekonferans yöntemiyle açılışı yapılacak Yusufeli Barajı ve Hidrolik Santrali HES'e bağlanıyoruz. Karşımızda Tarım ve Orman Bakanımız Sayın Vahit Kirişçi bulunmakta. Buyurunuz Sayın Cumhurbaşkanım. Buyurunuz Sayın Cumhurbaşkanım. Evet, Sayın Bakanlarımızı, Sayın Genel Başkan Yardımcılarımızı, yüklenici firma temsilcimizi sahneye davet ediyorum.